some music going. Set the giveaway. Make a copy. I will say the 27th. Gee, it's the 27th already. Make a copy. Project. There we go. Cool. Message. Okay, go there. Pop out chat. Go live chat. Go over there. Let the Discord know. That. Okay. Post. There we go. Realize that I have been unmuted this whole time. Say hello, 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 and hello. Okay, I guess I wasn't muted. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? What is everyone up to? What are you? Okay, don't lose these cables. I need these. If you're wondering why there's a TV on the desk today, well, you missed out on yesterday's channel member stream. If you missed out on yesterday's channel member stream, you missed out on some fun times. Because why else would there be a TV on the desk? Put the TV on the printer then. That'll work. I'm gonna need you. You can go down here. You go over here. Why do I have two monitors? Why do I have two monitors? Man, you missed one channel member stream and you have no idea what's going on. I feel sorry for everyone who missed the channel member stream yesterday. They have no idea what's going on. The ISO can go over here. Andrew Rogers, $10 for the Friday fund. It is Friday. It is Friday. We're going to be doing some arts and crafts today. So if you're wondering what the stream is today, every stream we give away a spool of filament for Polymaker. That's not what the stream is today, but we are going to be doing it. So make sure you enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. I just realized you're on auto cycle. Auto, there. Okay. So make sure you enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. We're going to be doing that draw at the end of stream. Today's stream is the community stream. Every month, we YouTube overlay, overhead, YouTube overlay. The last Friday of every month is a community member focused live stream. And what that means is that stream, we show off what you've been working on. It's an opportunity for those in the community to show off projects they've been working on, to show off just what they've been doing with their 3D printers. And part of the idea is to get people kind of inspired to, instead of printing landfill, which is what we all do with our 3D printers, to get inspired to do something big with your printer, or just get some ideas, get the creative juices flowing. It's tax season. Oh, don't remind me, I still gotta do my taxes. Don't remind me, I still gotta do my taxes. In Canada, we have till like mid-April or mid-May to do our taxes. So I gotta do them, but I don't like doing them because I'm self-employed. So my taxes, when tax season comes around, basically boils down to, hello, Mr. Government, I made this many monies last year. And the government goes, cool, give us this many monies. And I go, okay, here you go. And it sucks. Also, coffee today. I got my #1 dad mug. It is not Gamer Subs, but if you wish to purchase some Gamer Subs, use code Canuck, link in the video description. And yes, we do have some gloop on the desk because I will be contributing to the stream today. I am going to be contributing to the stream today with, not the Zima board, but the box from the Zima board is holding stuff that I printed yesterday. Specifically for the little guy, because this weekend, Monday, is his birthday. I know last Sunday was my birthday, this Monday is the little guy's birthday, and I gotta print him some stuff to go along with his birthday gift. So we gotta build some stuff. But we'll be doing that at the end of stream. So, let's see, how are we at? Everything's live, everyone's here, I've done my notifications. Bing, bang, bing, boom. Yes, it is an early stream today. This week is supposed to be a later afternoon stream, but just scheduling, I had to do an early stream today because I got to pick up the little guy from school. So what's Chad up to? What is Chad up to? Building your robot arm from scratch. Ooh, nice. What is with AI tech bros and robot arms right now? As somebody who still uses the hellhole of a website called Twitter, because I refuse to call it what it is now, the AI tech bros are building robot arms, and I don't know why. They're like, look at me, I made a robot arm that can do a screw, and I'm like, cool, General Motors was doing that like in the 60s and the 70s. You made a robot arm that did a screw. I don't get that. Somebody was showing off that they designed a new manufacturing tool. It was basically just a Voron Trident with, or Voron V2 or a Voron Trident with 2 open source robot arms attached to it. And I'm like, you didn't make anything. You just took 2 things that already exist and you bolted them together. And now you're trying to do a startup with it. It's like, brah. Jorking it. You can do whatever you want with your robot. Or is it getting more affordable? Yeah, they're getting more affordable. Like the motors, I know the motors are getting better, the actuators and whatnot, but the thing is, they're still dumb. Like they still don't have the means to drive them. Like they're still, you can't just take ChatGPT and shove it in a human-shaped robot and expect it to perform like a human. Hi, health and safety here. Can you, we're gonna do a recall on your robots because your 95-pound, 5-foot-tall robot decided to just turn off one day and fall down and severely injured a child on the floor. Yeah, until those robots don't do that, you won't be seeing them in your house. Making boats? Boats! Krispy Kremes. Ooh, dude, I haven't had a Krispy Kreme donut in forever. I have not had a Krispy Kreme. We don't have Krispy Kremes in Canada. They tried in, I want to say the early 2000s. Krispy Kreme did try expanding to Canada and it just did not take off because of like, donut culture in Canada is like you get a coffee with your donut. You don't get a donut and then get a coffee. And Krispy Kremes, where they opened up, were not in places, like they opened up in malls, not places where people get coffee on the way to work in the morning. And also like they had like no drive-throughs. You had to like go in. And it's like, I'm not going in for a dozen donuts, I'm going in for a coffee and a donut. Why would I do that? Your coffee sucks and you don't have a means to do it quickly because I got 20 people in front of me trying to get 20 packs of donuts. So they just kind of died. What's the Discord? It is not a publicly facing Discord, so just go !Discord and it'll show up. So join the Discord. So yes, what are we doing today on the stream? Well, the last Friday of every month, we do a community showcase stream. Where is it? There we go. I'm smart because I pin a message at the end of every one so I can jump to it. Every month we do last Friday of the month, we do a community showcase stream. We use this stream to kind of, for those in the community, to show off what they're working on, what they've been working on. Basically, this is a full excuse to pimp your wares. Show us your ride. Like, you can basically like design stuff and show it off here for self-promotion. I don't care. It's content to me, so I'm good. So the whole idea is basically show off stuff you've been working on, stuff you're proud of. It doesn't have to be like, look at random thing I 3D printed. It can be, you know, hey, I'm working on some Helldivers cosplay. Look at this helmet that I've, you know, yeah, there's some 3D printed parts, but I've done a bunch of work to it. Yeah, this is okay. Also, like, this is okay, right? It show off the stuff you've been working on that you're proud of. Okay, show off your printer build, show off your stuff. We're gonna be building some houses later. On my end, when we hope, if we have time, which we should. I do have to end it right at 2 o'clock today because I do have to pick up the little guy from school. But it's his birthday this weekend, and he is getting a model train set, a HO scale model train set. So I may have to run upstairs at a certain point to go answer the door if they deliver it while I'm streaming, because I don't want to leave it on my driveway or at my front door. But instead of spending like $30 on buildings, I just printed a bunch of buildings. So we're gonna build some buildings, see how they go, and then, yeah, just 3D printed HO scale buildings. So I've made this joke with the wife and family, so it's okay to make this joke, but we could have saved a lot of time and money on the autism testing if we had just brought him to a train show. We would have figured it out real quick what he had. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Because he loves this shit. We took him to a model train show like a month ago, and we're like, yeah, we'll go in for a little bit, and just, no, like 2-3 hours later, we're still there. And he's like all infatuated with it. Like, okay, we know what he's into. We already know what he got, so that explains everything. So yeah, I have to build. I'm totally gonna make videos of it to justify and be able to write off some of the expenses of it as a tax excuse. Sue me. But we're totally gonna be building like train stuff on the channel, or at least I gotta build like a whole thing for him. He wants to do a whole setup. He drew a map last night because I gave him a piece of paper with like the oval of where the train's at. I'm like, here, design what you want around it. And he designed like this whole city. And like, oh, there's mountains here, there's trees here, there's a park here. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna be building for a bit. So, end scale. I honestly, if it was up to me, I would do N scale, but we're doing HO scale just because it's bigger and it'll be easier for him. And it's a little bit more robust. N scale, from my understanding, is a little bit more finicky. I personally would do N scale because you could do more with a smaller space. HO scale is kind of big, but we're doing HO scale with him. So I got to build a 5x4 foot table this weekend to put it all on. So that'll be fun. Plus 3D printing makes it a lot easier because, you know, a couple cents in plastic versus $30 in plastic. Okay. Catching up. Yeah, I call it Twitter. If he dead names his child, I'm going to dead name his website. Z scale. Which one's Z scale? Because there's, I mean, we've been doing Gundam on the channel, on the Twitch, which is 1/144 scale. And I kind of want to do a Gundam diorama. Model train scale. Yeah. So these are the different scales. So G is 125, O is 148, S is 164, HO is 187, N is 160, Z is 122. That's smaller. That is tiny. But I kind of want to do a diorama with the Gundams, like on a train in like a loading dock or something. Anyways, enough yapping. Enough yapping. Enough yapping. Let's get this movable feast underway. So yeah, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. All right. So this channel is on the Discord. It is the Look What I've Printed channel. Okay. You still have time to enter. If you do want to share something and you haven't had a chance to share it yet, you can share it. Just be aware, anything you post has to be YouTube safe. So Yeah, and if you post anything maliciously, it's an insta ban from my community and every community that I can have the ability to ban you from, including the Voron one. So there's that. And then also, somebody did post something that I did delete. Their printed thing was actually really cool. They did a tripod sled, but unfortunately it had the pew pew on it. And with YouTube being the way YouTube is with that kind of stuff lately, I'm like, we're not going to risk it. So I had them repost it with just the sled itself, which actually looked really cool. It's a nice little tripod thing. So we'll take a look at that. So yeah, so we'll get started. Don't forget, every stream, we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter while you got a chance. Right now, we're going to be doing the draw at the end of the stream today, 2 o'clock. Don't forget, I'm not saying go panic buy, but just a little PSA. Plastic prices are going up, okay? I know this is going to sell shill AF. It's going to sound shill AF. Plastic prices are going up. The current stuff going on in the Middle East is affecting oil prices. Plastic is made from oil. Plastic is moved with oil. If you get the chance to stock up on filament, stock up on filament. Just gonna say that. Because let's be honest, prices ain't going down anytime soon and they're probably gonna go up. So you might as well stock up now. I don't know if anyone's having a sale, but if you do want to purchase some, I do have affiliate links in the video description below. So there's that spiel. And while you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. Channel members, you get to hang out on the members only streams, which we do once a month. You also get videos early, so you'll be getting tomorrow's video today, if you are a channel member. So, okay, let's get started. Let me disable stream mode here. Foreign Bra, I think this person's been posting pictures of this in one of the other channels, but they're working on a Gundam too, and they went all crazy with the Arjiba eyes. Oh, that is cool. I should have put RGB in mine. I should have put RGB in mine. That's cool. Mine don't have RGB. Gus's head doesn't have RGB. So for mine, I just have red. There we go. Or yellow, orange, kind of. So mine, the eyes just light up. They are on a battery. I do have a light in the back that you never see because it's the other side. But we do have... There. I do need to hardwire them at some point so I can leave the LEDs on for an extended period, but they are on a battery. And they are rechargeable. So... Started writing a Clipper TUI in Rust. Does that count? What is a TUI? And Rust is a programming language. That's about all I know. Somebody asked a CashioS question. Taylor, install CashioS on my Surface. After reboot, it says the Wi-Fi connectivity is never used. It's the link I used to install Cashi. I have no idea, Steve, with CashioS. Make sure it's on. I know some laptops you have to like flip a switch. You may have to like plug it in by Ethernet or something like, if you have a Steam Deck, you can use the Steam Deck to USB to Ethernet with the base. I've done that a couple times with a couple devices. But I do know Wi-Fi is like one of those weird things with Linux, but Google Surface, Google your laptop name, CashioS Wi-Fi. My biggest tip as somebody who's been running Linux on their main desktop for the past 3 months now, if you run into any problem, just Google item, Linux distro, name of problem. And odds are somebody had the same problem as you. That's why if you're running Linux, it's best to run hardware that's common because common issues have common solutions. So, all right. Something that's a crazy idea. Sometimes the crazy ideas are the best. Homemade jigsaw paint shaker for Citadel and dropper bottles. Works a treat, but I'm going to keep it in a bucket. Just to be sure. What? Oh! Oh, this is clever. So you mounted a Sawzall blade. I personally, if you're going to be using this a lot, I would dull the blade. I would take those sharp bits off just so you don't cut yourself. Mounted that to that with some printed holders. And then you put it on your skill saw. Ah, that is clever. That is clever. Are these TPU? Are these like a dense TPU? That's cool. That's clever. I mean, I just do the shake, 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 but that is really cool. Remember too, if you design something here and you want to share it, link it. Put the link down to your files. ABS, okay. I mean, the only reason I would think of doing like a flexible is just when you go to clamp them, the plastic would give a little bit, like the TPU would give a little bit and hold it tighter. So you can actually like squish it instead of like accidentally over squishing it. Because you don't want to squeeze it too much and have the bottle explode. That would be the only thing I'd be a little concerned about. Just finished this lamp. Art! Look at that, it's a nice lamp. That's a nice little lamp. Those are cool. I gotta do more 3D printed furniture. I've got some stuff I'm working on for a video for 3D printed furniture, but we'll see how that turns out. I finished my printer, reached the point where I say it's functioning properly. It's a 400 by 815 by 400 Core XY with double shear support on the AV motors. 10mm belts, it can travel 860 in the Y in case I want to make it a tool changer. I would like to add belted Z is not a good idea. Belted Z on something this big, I could see being a problem. However, the crossbar on each side basically removes the frame wobble for me to use. 2020 is making it cheaper. Took me a week to build and 2 more troubleshooting mechanical problems. Comes in pretty cheap for his size, around 1,600. Most parts from AliExpress except extrusions. Cutting them makes it a lot cheaper. Yep. Linear rods, aluminum bed sheets and screws. Lastly, for the tool, I went with the CHC XL from Tringle Bob's. 70mm PET G. Nice. So I'm assuming, yeah, you're printing probably PET G on a machine like this. So you got belted Z. Oh, and you got kinematic bed mount. Nice. What are you using for the beds on this? Do you have a picture? Like, is it one bed or did you make the beds? Like, what is the bed? Okay, so you got cork under aluminum. I'm assuming it's 2 400mm beds. If it's 400 by 815 by 450. I'm assuming 400, 815, and then 450 on the Z. So I'm assuming these are 2 400mm beds, but that's a big printer. I mean, for a big dumb printer, that's actually really stable. Get your extra bracing. Yeah, if you're just looking for something big to print stuff in like PET G, that'd be perfectly functional. I'm gonna sit down, because I forgot I can sit down out here. If you wonder why I do these streams down here, it's because I can sit down and enjoy my coffee. Delicious. Gray one is in PLA, black one's PET G. Photos. Wait, photos. I've already done a 3D bench you made in 24 minutes. Had it installed across. So is that perineum? So this is a benchy on that. Oh yeah, you gotta do a little bit of flow tuning there, my boy. Yeah, you gotta do some flow tuning. Also, I think this is before you put the crossbar on. So yeah, print yourself a stool for the garage. I could. The problem is it would have to be pretty tall because the garage desk is high. I am manufacturing my own horseshoes, glue shoes, to be glued on with super glue to the hoof. It's an own design made in Fusion and always made to fit the current size of the hoofs. I've made some iterations over time, printed with a 1.2mm nozzle, 0.6 layer height, and TPU 95 with cubic flow around 50. Print time 1 hour and 20 minutes. I did not know you could do this. Mark, are you in chat right now? I did not know. Okay, I want to know, how long do these last? And is this for like, I'm assuming this is like a temporary thing. Like some horses, you shoe your horses because like walking on like concrete and whatnot F's up their feet. But natural, like horses out in the wild, they don't need horseshoes, right? Because this is a toenail. If you don't know what this is actually just a toenail. Their hoof is like naturally kept in check by the environment, right? From them running around outside and whatnot. Same like beaver teeth and whatnot. So like, what is the use case for this and how long do they last? Like, is this just for like horses that normally don't need horseshoes when they're like in a place where, you know, okay, we don't want them to hurt their hooves, so we'll glue some on for now, but they don't normally need horseshoes. I'm assuming that's what this is. I'm assuming it's like a temporary like solution for something. But that's pretty cool. I did not know you could do that. I really want to know how long these last, because just for comparison, and I have been doing it, these are my, I think we're coming up on 6 months now. 6 months 3D printed shoes. They're held together with zip ties. I've started sewing them back together because they are literally falling apart on the seams. But I will wear these until they fail. I want to see how much use you actually can get out of 3D printing shoes. So I have been wearing these every live stream and as my Mr. Rogers indoor shoes and it's funny because the left shoe ain't as bad. My right shoe is a lot worse. So, medical purposes, I could see that. Like if there's damage to the hoof and you can't drive nails into it, I could see that. That's pretty cool. That's just one of those things I didn't know was a thing. I just did not know that was a thing. That's cool. Awesome idea. Have you thought of something to keep the frog clean, like a mesh pattern or fabric glued in? I don't know the situation in countries, but in Germany, these glue shoes are quite common. There are companies producing them without steel cores in a different color with big latches. So you can get like all cool colors for your shoes now for horses. Northern Virginia, tons of horse stables. Sport horseshoes. Yeah, we're gonna look this up. New chapter of hoofwear. How much are these? How much are these? How much do these cost? $73. Is this for one or for a whole set? Is this for a whole set or one? They're just VHP. They're just VHP. As a pair. Okay, so $140 for horseshoes. Or you could just print them yourself. That's cool. That's cool. And super glue, because they'll just come off eventually, so. That is cool. HEPA filter for a Trident 350. There we go. It just locks in there. Nice and clean. Very clean setup. That's a nice Trident. You got the, is this the Seabore? I think this is the Seabore kit. This looks like the Seabore kit. Yeah, this is a Seabore kit because you got the side fan there. I took mine out. I didn't like it. I was printing mostly ABS on mine, so there's no point for side curve. But yeah, this is a Seabore kit. 140 is cheap for horseshoes. Yes, but they're still 140 is still not as cheap as 3D printed. Finish the assembly of the stealth changer I've worked on. Add some of the prints, and plus you can color code them too. If you're 3D printing them, you can color code them, so you know like which ones go on which horse by sight and like all that stuff. And you can personalize them too. Stealth changer, some of the prints I tested. Okay, so we got a stealth changer. Very clean. We got to finish mine. That's a clean setup, and that's a clean print. That's a real clean print. Yeah, that's a clean print. Okay, that's nice. Google, I'm assuming there's a Google Home in here. That's cool. That's cool. Good job, Hedge. Hello, is this hello in Swedish? Hedge is hello in Swedish, right? So this is hello. That's my saying. Pile 3D shapes. I think he brought some of these. This is, if you don't know who Pile is, he has a, he's working on some 3D printing design software that's pretty user friendly. So I think it's on sale on Steam right now. We're gonna play with it one day. I gotta get a license, but we'll play with it one day. So that's cool. Anything to get people into 3D printing and actually doing stuff more than printing landfill that is actually usable. And I think the biggest hurdle for those getting into 3D printing is after that initial honeymoon period where you print you got your baby Groots, you got your Flexi Dragons, you print a bunch of benchies, you calibrate your printer, you print some printer mods. Yeah, got the black lung. After you're through that initial honeymoon phase and you get to the, okay, what am I gonna do now phase? If you don't know CAD, your options are pretty limited. Unless you like start using it for another hobby, like, oh, hey, I'm into cosplay, so I start cosplaying stuff. A new hand touches the beacon. I get that reference. I'll put my scanner to use to reverse engineer a cam belt cover. That's crazy hard to find. It can absolutely be better, but for being an IR scanner, it turned out good enough to CAD with, so I put my stealth changer to test with these different materials. Oh, nice. That's a cam belt cover for Volkswagen, I'm assuming? I mean, for a quick scan to CAD, that looks good. Hopefully, I'm assuming, you know, you got two different materials here. So I'm assuming you printed it in something that can take the heat. You probably could have just made this flat and printed it upside down. Like, instead of having the, like, remember, when you're redesigning something for FDM, you don't have to make it exactly like the original. So these extra ribs here are probably for structural integrity or aesthetics of the injection molded part. You could probably just bump this out to make it flat, get rid of the logo, and then, or inset the logo in the lines if you want, and make it flat so you can print it face down. Put some chamfers on that, and then you don't have to print with all the support material you use, because I'm looking at this and it looks like you had a ton of support material on the inside. So you probably could have modified this design to not need support material. But either way, compared to, you know, having to hunt down or buy a really expensive one, there you go. Good job, Hedge. It's a bushing, that will be a later problem. So we got some nice little storage boxes. Ooh, those are nice. And you got a nice little case to hold them in. And the case latches them. Ooh, wow. Oh, wrong button. Okay, 2256 on printables. Let's find this on printables, because I want to take a look at this. That's not it. Oh, is that the, like, 22. That's not it. Oh, that's the Printables Award. I don't know. Anyways, those look really cool. So you have individual holders for each thing. You got a lid, and then they individually store in there. That would be actually really nice to have a bunch of these for printer builds. Feed me, Seymour. Those turned out really good. I like the fact that you went with the silk filament for this to make them shiny. See, now you need to get a bunch of these, have them rotate in a circle, and do the fish game with them. You got to make a fish game using these, where you dangle like a little person on a string, and you got to go fishing. These look like those fish games. You know what I'm talking about, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Oh yeah, I did see that one. New air intake for Dodge Challenger. Even got the Hemi logo in there. It's a Hemi! Printed on the FormBot Marathon. What is a FormBot Marathon? So you scanned it, and then you printed it. Very nice. I'm assuming this... Is this printed too? I mean, it's TPU, I'm thinking. That's got to be a dual color TPU, I'm assuming. It's on the cold side, so it should be okay for temperature. That's cool. Okay, what is the FormBot Marathon? Oh, that guy. Okay. That's cool. For those that don't know, Formbot is Vivendo. That's cool. Holders for a slatted frame, printed at TPU 90, need to replace them on your bed. Oh, okay, bed frame holders. Nice. Got a small old TV off Craigslist for free use in the kitchen. The started off as just a splitter with an outlet, so it can be one core, but the part spin had other ideas. Use the Visa mount, TV printed in ABS. Of course, being white, there's a burnt spot in the middle of the lid. Yeah, that happens. So what is this, like a power supply? Or is this just, what is this? What is this? So you got power coming in. Oh, does this, oh, I see. Okay, so you have one cable coming in, and then you split the cable off to power the TV, which is this guy, and a bunch of USB for your Chrome, Google Chrome or whatever, Chromecast or whatever. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So this way you only have one cable going to the TV and you're able to power a bunch of USB devices. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Now I see what that is. That's cool. That's clean. That's clean. Icy Dock Mini Round by Fortinbras. Look at all that home lab doing home lab shit. It's so home labable. Yes. Printed on the U1. Printed 4 colors in Orca. Did miss a few bits, but also need a couple of supporting places. Happy to clean the blue, purple sections there. I would do a funny quip in the Skeletor voice if I was able to do a Skeletor voice that was good. Unfortunately, I cannot do a good Skeletor voice. So, good job! When you're breathing in the air, you're resetting the timer for how long you have left to live, until we meet again. He-Man. I'm too young for He-Man. I was born in '88, so I'm like... I remember watching Transformers a lot as a kid because they aired reruns of it on like the local Fox News Saturday morning cartoon station that we picked up. Yes, I'm Canadian, but we live right next to the States, so we had American TV on the bunny ears when I was a kid. So He-Man wasn't. He-Man was never a part of my childhood. I'm too young for that. So... The icy dock mount, it started sagging. It's sagging, that's not good. Oops, someone DM'd me, 1 second. Oh, here's the storage boxes. There they are. Those look nice. And you can print little replaceable labels. That's cool. $107 parts. Ugh! And it's as big as a Prusa Core 1 bed. Okay, that's pretty cool. So this is posted on the streaming chat if you want to know. Evergreen Air and Space Museum here in Oregano has recently added a retired F-117 fighter to their inventory. The secret stealth coating has been removed along with the leading edges of the wings and nose cone. More secret stuff. These parts have been designed by local groups, crowdsource. Printing project has been launched in the area. Portland, maker of these parts for restoration. West3D has generously donated the Filament, their in-house brand Ambrosia ASA. They ordered to cover the creamsicle. These are the first 9 leading edge pieces that I printed so far, nearly 2 kilograms. I plan on print another group during the week. Really looking forward to seeing this bird in person when it's restored, and it will be proudly pointing out that at least 8 feet of the leading edge was printing by me. I just wish they could keep this delicious. Yeah, they're gonna have to paint it. They're gonna have to paint it. But dude, who is it? Deanna Baker. Make sure you post pictures. I want updates. I need pictures. Pictures of stealth fighters. I want to be seeing updates of this. I really want to see a picture of this with all the printed parts on it before painting. I wish I was in the area. I would love to do a video on this. But if you're in Oregano there, Alan Mandic is nearby. And Joel is up in Seattle. So if I'm sure either of them, if you want to try and, like, if you're trying to raise like community support for funding or anything like that, I'm sure either of them, Joel probably more, because Joel does more of those on location stuff, would probably be down to do a video kind of promoting it, kind of thing. Alan's closer though, but I don't know if he does that kind of video. But that'd be really cool to show it off as like, hey, look, we're doing this with 3D printing. Look at this cool thing, show it off, you know. But yeah, I do want to see the orange creamsicle F-117. Behold a benchy. I printed this benchy specifically to throw it in compost. This is Polar Filament PHA and is Marine 6691 biodegradable. Gonna see how long it takes. Is that what PHA is supposed to be for? Is PHA supposed to be biodegradable? Because I think I actually have some PHA. Do I have some Fa? Yeah, I got some PHA. I got some natural PHA here. I don't think I've ever used it, but I do have some natural PHA. Printed the girl from the game Reanimal, printed on a Prusa Mark IV, painted with acrylics. Reanimal, I've never heard of that game, but that... Is it a creepy game? I've never heard of this game, but that looks really cool. Is it for a Who is this? Who is this? Dirt Wolf. Are you here, Dirt Wolf? Did you do this for like a thing? I'm assuming if I played the game, I would know what this is more. That looks really cool, though. I was wondering what it's for, though. Like, is it supposed to be like a diorama thing from the game? Reanimal. I'm gonna look up that game right now. Oh, okay. According to Steam forgot I was born in January 1st, 1929. 1 second here. Reanimal. What is it though? Okay. Okay, so it's like a co-op puzzle horror game. That's cool. That's cool. Neat. Did you pull the files from the game? Dirt Wolf, if you're here, did you pull the files from the game? That'd be interesting to know. I have nothing to do with planning, organizing the project. I just printed the parts and dropped them off. Looks like they have about 65%. Oh, okay. Little Nightmares? Maybe? I don't know. I don't really play a lot of horror games. They're not my kind of game. I don't derive entertainment from horror. So horror games for me are not really something I really partake in too much. The old BBC micro analog joystick, for some strange reason, the original grip was on the wrong side, stick facing away from you. What is this for? I'm assuming it's some sort of old British computer type thing. That's cool. That looks like an Atari controller, but... Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil aren't really like horror games, let's be honest. They're more action games with jump scares and zombies. I think like the last Resident Evil game to actually be scary was like Resident Evil 1. Little Nightmares is creepy AF. The creators' minds are dark. Yeah. Oh, those turned out really nice. Those turned out really nice. That is really nice. Because you can get these. Like, I've seen ones of these, like, wood. It's like something you would find in Grandma's house. Was this printed in one piece? It's like a one-piece print. I'm assuming because there's a purge there. Those are really nice. Take about 2 years to finish the F-117. Yeah, you just print a bunch of plastic parts to fill the voids, and then you spray the whole thing with bed liner, and you're done. One piece. Yeah, those look really nice. Those look really nice. I'm assuming, is it Canucks? Yeah. Make sure, Mobile Dom, are these files shared anywhere? Because if this is Canucks, this would be really handy to do with Canucks. So make sure these files are shared somewhere. What you might want to try, and what I want to try, I haven't really tried it yet, is print these with wood fill and then stain them. Print them with wood fill and then stain them. Might be something to try. Logitech M185 inside, so it's a bit retro. Oh, so it's like a modern guts, old school body. Oh, that's cool. Is that like a cupcake mimic? It's hard to see because it's all white, but TPU cupcake test. That's a cupcake mimic. Something about this Sonic is throwing me off. I think it's the eyes. It looks like it's staring right at you. Something is off with that eye, and it's like staring into my soul. Otherwise, it looks really good. I'm assuming, yeah, it's not painted, so it looks like it's just whatever the colors are. That's cool. And at least it's not like the first attempt at the live action Sonic where it looked creepy AF. The full spectrum fork for Orca Slicer, I have not. In Soviet Russia, cupcake eats you. Didgeridoo printed in Overture Pet G filament. Okay, I thought it was a bong at first, but okay, didgeridoo, that makes sense. That's cool. So if you replace, like, I'm assuming the different amounts of tube, either because you needed to make the whole length for it to be correct, and your printer's only this tall, or you can change the sound by how long it is. 3D printed bongs, don't do 3D printed bongs. Rocky! Jazz hands. For those wondering what we're doing this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, I don't know when, we will be doing a Twitch stream on my Twitch channel. We're going to be doing a side project because I picked up the Cute Bunny Lego kit. Why did I pick up the Cute Bunny Lego kit? Because with the Cute Bunny Lego kit, you can rebuild it with some rebrickable instructions to build a Rocky. So we're going to be doing this on Twitch this weekend. So if you're not subbed to me on Twitch, it's Nero3D, or follow me on Twitch, Nero3D on Twitch. We're going to be building that this weekend. So we're going to turn that into that. Not the face hugger. I know. Apparently the Cute Bunny is also used for a face hugger model. Impulse print. That's a milk crate. Two cases for BC 250 boards to make the wife and I cheap mid-range gaming PCs. What is a B250 board? Is that the board that comes from the PlayStation? Is that what that is? Oh, that's really cool. I think that's what the BC 250 board is. Let me Google it here. Oh, it's a repurposed cryptocurrency mining board. Oh yeah, featuring the cut down PlayStation 5. So apparently what happened, there was like, I don't know exactly the prices on these. I think, oh wow. I don't think color matters. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's $5.39. These used to be much cheaper. But basically, the BC250 is like, for those that don't know, pretty much modern consoles, the Xbox and the PlayStation, is basically just an AMD computer. It's an AMD APU. That's basically it. So for a while, there was a bunch of these like first gen ones that like got on the market. I don't know if they were like production rejects, like the chips weren't binned correctly or something. But basically this is the hardware guts from a PlayStation. And because it's an APU, you could just, you know, flash Bazite on it and off you go. So yeah. Like, it's not the most efficient thing, but you were able to get them pretty cheap for a bit. The problem is, now, it's one of those things, it's like when a YouTuber or a tech YouTuber finds some cool little niche thing, like, oh, I built a gaming PC for $150 because I found this motherboard combo on AliExpress that was really cheap. But by the time the video comes out and gets popular, that really cheap option is now gone. That happens quite often, unfortunately, where like somebody finds a niche thing that's cheap and it's really cool, but then they make a video on it, and because they're a million sub YouTuber, basically within like hours, all the inventory's gone, and then the prices jump up crazily. Yeah. BC250 for 150 last month. Oh, nice. Okay, that ain't bad. It'd be like the same as if you picked up a Steam Deck motherboard, just like a basic Steam Deck motherboard, same kind of thing. For 150 ain't bad. Dual color Majora's Mask on a Physec 2.4 R2 running Linux tool changer. 1,000 tool changes, 25 hours. That's nice. It's always funny when I see people on the Bamboo subreddit printing these Majora's Masks with like their traditional like a P2 with the AMS. And it's like, ooh, it goes up and down. That's cool. And it's like, oh, it's an 8-day print because of how long it takes to do the filament color swaps. That is really cool. That is a really cool tool changing mechanism. So that's cool. Which one is that? The Linux? Linux. Linux. I'm gonna assume it's French. I'm gonna call it the Lanu tool changer. Silver Sunsbeam, done as a commission for Rich at Greengate 3D. Everything except the TPU tracks use Greengate recycled PET G. The plan for them is to take it to trade shows, robotic events. Nice. America. Yeehaw, cowboy, freedom, burgers. That's cool. That's cool. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a poll right now because that just reminded me. 1 second here. We're going to make a poll. We're going to do engage with audience. Start a poll. How pronounced? PET G. P-E-T-G. How do you say it? Do you say P-E-T-G? Or do you say PET G? Or do you call it PETG? Is it PETG, PET G, or PETG? I say PET G. It was quicker. PETG, PET G. 2 syllables versus 4. You say it the correct way. Puzzle egg with some really nice overhangs thanks to that new A4T tool head and some fidget change. Did a couple of Color swaps for grids. Now one where the links are separate. Oh, no. Oh, that's not a bad. Yeah, that's some decent overhangs for a pretty sharp angle close to the bed. Because it's going to be cooking from bed heat as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be trapping all the heat from the bed. So yeah, those are pretty clean for right next to the bed there. It isn't much, but it's a working Pitscar X lamp. Has anyone made one of these that actually does jump around? Has anyone actually ever made one of these that actually does jump around? Because that would be pretty cool. It'd be hard to balance it, but... I say polyethylene tetraphthalate glycol. No, you don't, Dom. No, you don't. It's not salt, it's sodium chloride. You know, salt isn't sodium chloride. It's salt. It's sodium chloride with an anti-caking agent, so that it doesn't clump. That's why you know the salt ad. Okay, are you ready? When it rains, it pours. You know the meaning. The meaning when it rains, it pours. Okay, and you have the little girl with the salt. Okay, you do know this is a marketing slogan because. This salt, prior to whatever, what is it, Morton Salt or whatever company that is, before then, salt was just straight up salt. It didn't have an anti-caking agent. So the moment it got damp out, it would clump up, okay? So them adding an anti-caking agent to their salt meant that when it rains, it pours because it doesn't clump up anymore because they added an anti-caking agent to their salt. So when it rains, it pours is literally when it's wet out, when it's raining, our salt will still pour. It's a marketing slogan. It's not meant to be like some sort of, you know, thing you put on your live, laugh, love counter thing. So, and yeah, and it's also iodized as well for health reasons and whatnot. So. I was today, yeah, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Okay. Time for me to make pizza. Ooh, I could go for pizza. Continuing from last month, the new AMS stacker has been put in production with pull-out tilt access. Oh man, now I really want pizza. I gotta figure out where, I don't think I need to make dinner tonight. My wife's going somewhere after work. That's why I gotta pick up the little guy. They're doing like an after work thing because somebody's retiring. And I think she's gonna bring home lunch. I'm hoping she bring home lunch. Otherwise I gotta cook. That is a lot of printed plastic holding that up. So. Oh no, there's extrusions. So these, okay, so you got AMSs with the Sunlu top for drying, I'm assuming. And this allows it to pull out so you can access it and then slide it back in. Oh, I get it now. So this allows you to basically slide the unit out and then slide it back in. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. The carrot thing was a way to obfuscate what Allied bombers were. No, the carrot thing was radar. The British had, like, radar wasn't an unknown thing to the Germans in World War II, but the British radar was so much better. So they needed a way to mask the fact that the Brits were able to detect when Russian planes were coming, or when German planes were coming over this channel. And they needed a way to be like, ha, we know you're coming, but we don't want to give away the fact that we're using our advanced radar to determine that, because then you guys might realize you can use radar for that kind of shit too. So they'd be like, oh yeah, we have these giant listening things that people put to their ears and they can hear the plane engines. And then also our troops eat a lot of carrots, which help their eyesight so they can see further. It's like, yeah. Hedamames got tired of charging my wireless. Yep. So one of the reasons I don't like wireless stuff is charging batteries. Mixed up. Yeah, you got it close. You got it close. I mean, the reason Allied bombings were so accurate is because, you know, it's easy to hit the factory if you decide to just take out the entire town, right? It's like, one bomb, not so accurate. A million bombs, well, one of them's bound to hit. Made the dummy 13, printed on the V0 where the tool head just isn't as good as the A4T. Oh. I gotta print a dummy 13 at some point, or the new one. I really like that green. That is a very... What green is that? That is very Master Chief coated green. That is very Master Chief coated green. Huge improvement with gyros. How do you join the Discord? Exclamation mark, Discord. Forest green. Is it metallic green ABS from Polymaker? Okay. The gyros were on the battleships. The American battleships had like the first computers used in wartime, and they had like an entire room on the ship with these mechanical computers for determining like angles for the cannons and shit like that. You're probably thinking of the Norton bomb sight. That is a lot of R2. I gotta get back to, the weather's getting nice out, so I can finally start working on this stuff. It's finally starting to get warm. Although yesterday was warm and today was freezing again. Advancements in technology. Oh, dude, World War II was like crazy for accelerating tech development. Stab that bag. Oh, is this Liz? Yeah. Liz has the panda treat. I don't have one because I have nothing to put it on. I don't have a bamboo. But this is it's a mod for the Bamboo A1 from Bamboo Labs, or from, not Bamboo, I don't think Bamboo likes it. But from Big Tree Tech, that allows you to print with edible ink on top of stuff. You're in the beta? Okay. Yeah, I don't have any bamboo machines that I could put this on. But that is really cool that you can do that. It's for many printers, is it? Stay tuned, okay. I mean, like, honestly, this would be something that I wouldn't put on a printer. I would build a dedicated motion system for it, because you don't... Do you need Zed? Liz, do you need Zed for this? Like, can you just put this on an XY motion system and call it a day? Or do you actually need a Zed? Or is it like... You could have a manual Zed. You can like shim it up and shim it down. And just build like a... If you could just build like a V0... If you could just build like a V0 XY gantry and call it a day. With just 4 extrusions to hold it up. You do need Zed? Okay, if you do need Zed... But still, you can build a dedicated motion platform for that really cheaply. Like really cheaply. Food is rarely flat and Zed. Yeah, that's true. Why, does it probe the food? Does it probe the food? What probe activates on cookie? Does a nozzle probe, is a cookie strong enough to handle nozzle probing? I probe the food. Rugged Maker Station and Polymaker New, Raspberry, blah, and Seafoam Green. Very nice. And of course the bowls. I think you shared one of these bowls before. I just love how it looks like a cast acrylic. You put the measurements in? Okay. Tiki skull torch for my print room. Oh, dude. Okay. What you need to do, who is this? DXJP. Okay. You need to put a little fan in here and use cloth, like a white cloth or tissue paper, so that the flames flicker. Like, don't get me wrong, this is cool as is. This is already cool as is, don't get me wrong. But this, with having like a little fan in the head, with like some tissue paper just kind of flickering, would be pretty cool. Although, that would make noise. So, yeah. But that would be cool. The cookie probe is a glass of milk. Bamboo 3MF and converted to Snapmaker U1. Printed Sunloop PLA 3 hours. I'm going to be impressed with the U1, but do not recommend using the PAX firmware with full Orca Slicer over the stock, mainly for open NFC tags. Yeah. Slimer. What material? The flame is probably just like a clear PET G. Probably just a clear PET G with, yeah, just a clear PET G with NeoPixels. Who are you gonna call? Somebody else. When I was a kid and I watched Casper, the 90s live action movie, and Dan Aykroyd just randomly shows up as a Ghostbuster, that blew my mind that movies could be connected. Like, he's from Ghostbusters. Does that mean Casper takes place in the same world as Ghostbusters? My parents were like, it's a movie. And now we're all about cinematic universes. That blew my mind when I was a kid. Yeah, crossovers. Because that really wasn't like... There were crossovers. Like, I remember a couple TV shows had crossovers. Like, if I remember correctly, like, one of the characters in X-Files is in a bunch of other stuff too, or something like that. But, like, crossovers weren't really a thing, or at least cinematic universes, like Marvel kind of started that whole thing. Remember Ghostbusters? Okay, when did Ghostbusters 1 come out? I remember, I don't think I watched it in theaters. Ghostbusters, the movie. 1984. Yeah, that was 4 years before I was born, so no. But like, I watched Ghostbusters as a kid. I watched it as a kid. I watched it as a kid before I saw Casper the movie, if that makes sense. Like, I've said this before. My earliest memory... So I was born in 88. I do remember stuff before this, but my earliest memory that I can put a specific date to was sometime in summer of 1993 when Jurassic Park came out. Because I remember begging my parents to let me go see the dinosaur movie with them. And then they told me, no, it's a scary movie. You can't go see it. When you're older, you can watch it. And I'm like, I want to go see the dinosaur movie. That is like the earliest memory I have. I have older memories because I remember being in the house we lived in before the house we lived in when Jurassic Park came out. But I can't like put any time to them. I just know that it was before that date. But like June of 1993 is like the earliest memory that I can put to a date. So if like somehow a time machine appears in front of me, it's like, we need to go back in time to a place you were that you can remember in 1993. I'd be like, I know! My house in the first week Jurassic Park came out. The weekend Jurassic Park came out. Yeah, 1993, June, I think. Yeah, June. A T-Rex looking in the bedroom. The earliest memory I actually have is being scared out of my mind, hiding in the kitchen, because this is it. This is like literally the first house we lived in when we moved to Windsor. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was on TV, and Augustus Gloop got sucked up the pipe. I was like 3 or 4 years old, and that scared the crap out of me. I went running into the kitchen to hide when Augustus got sucked up that pipe. So that's like, but I don't know exactly when that was. I just know that was in like the first house we lived in when we moved to Windsor, which was before the house we lived in when Jurassic Park came out. Just moving to Windsor would be scary enough. True. I mean, I did used to, before that it was Dartmouth in Nova Scotia. And before that it was Sydney in Nova Scotia, so. He-Man, Sword of Power, not finished, sadly, ran out of time. Well, come on, Dom, get it finished. But the blade has been acetone welded together and smooth. Need more sanding pass before prime and paint. Decided I'm going to weather it or keep it pristine. I would give it a little bit of weathering. Paint it silver and then do like a weathering to it. Is the sword that short? Or are you holding it on an angle? That one looks longer. I'm assuming it's an angle thing. Also, do you just walk around all day holding it up going, I have the power? Oh, no, I hate when I do that. I mean, not to click links when we're doing that. Oh, I scrolled too far. Went too far. There we go. Hey, Steve. So those are the Canuck things if you want to print them yourself. Also done is printed wine rack. Ooh, wine rack. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Hey, Dom. Hey, Dom. Hey, Dom. 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 Hey, Dom. Dom. Nice rack. That might be done before by stream time. Not quite done. Fruity Pebbles. What is this like bracelet thing? Yeah, poop. Oh yeah, this was the one I deleted. So this is the one I deleted. Not quite finished this. Last part still has 2 hours. Turntable for my airbrush spray booth. Oh, it's a turntable. Oh, that's cool. And you got these little things. Oh, this is smart. This is actually really smart. So it's a turntable, okay, for spray painting, but it has these little inserts, okay, that you can put in. So when you're spray painting stuff, you can rest it on here so it's not sitting flat. So like they got little points, you can put little matchsticks in there or toothpicks. This is really clever. That is really clever. And this is your turntable. That is actually really clever. Deanna, if this is your own design, make sure you share this. That's really cool. This would be really handy. So this is the thing that I had to delete the original picture of because it had a pew pew in it, and we're just not going to play those games with YouTube. But it's a sled. It's you can use it for holding things, whatever you want to put in there, I guess. But that's a nice little tripod base too. Like if you wanted to use this as just a tripod and just put like a long tube coming up and just kind of space these out a bit more, that'd be really handy for that. Cool. Put them on little wheels so you can roll them around if you're doing like lights or whatever. The clamps! Made these MP3 radio from Maker Zion Brock. Oh, that's cool. I love the retro look. Radiation King, yeah! What you should do is, like, behind this grill, just put a sheet of glow-in-the-dark plastic or something. Just so it, like, subtly glows. That's cool. That's cool. All right, 1 second. One second. Oh, 1 second here. I hate how my Steam Deck or Stream Deck. No, stay on that. Okay, mute that. Unmute desktop audio. I'm so gonna get copyright struck. That warble. When you hear an old song like that and you hear the warble, you know it's old. Green EL wire. Yeah, green EL wire around the outside would be cool too. Just something to make it a little radioactive. Master screen printed mostly the XL and core with recycled filament from a wife who hosts the D&D. Oh, it's a little D&D thing. Oh, that's cute. Die, Major Siegel. Why does Major Siegel need to die? Oh, it's like it's your little board thing. It's your DM screen or whatever it's called. That's nice. That's cool. I know die is the in German. It's your board. So when you're DMing, you got your screen in front of you. I think that's what that is. I think that's what this is supposed to be. It's the DM screen. Dino balance. Oh, this is cute. That is cute. This is something you would have in like a kindergarten playground thing, or this is totally a hospital waiting room or a clinic waiting room toy. That is cool. First of many. Is that a bamboo on a Voron or a Prusa? I did the second one face up and face down. Definitely do it face down. Oh yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that pattern. So this is face down. Okay, I do like the little grill pattern. That's cool. That would probably take a while to print. Oh, and they're is it thermoformed too? Yeah, that's thermoformed as well. So what you do is you print the grill, and then you take a form, and you like heat it and push it over it, because PLA deforms pretty easily under heat, so you can thermoform it. I didn't realize these were thermoformed. That's cool. Oh no! Hit a button. There we go. Built the Clicky 00 probe out of curiosity. Oh, there you go. Little Clicky 00 probe. Yeah, it goes under the nozzle. That's cool. Where's the Discord? The Discord is Discord. Exclamation mark Discord. There's the Discord. The reason I don't have the Discord posted in like public is it just bots. It's if your Discord is a public Discord that people could search for, or if your Discord has links on YouTube or Twitter or any other social media, what happens is trolling bots will grab all that data and then put it in databases that are easily distributed among malicious vectors. So it's like, once your Discord is on the list, it's on the list kind of thing. So I basically, you kind of have to ask for the Discord. It's easy to get into. Like, it's not like it's hidden, but it's just not publicly available. And it basically prevents bots. Like, I think I have to ban one bot a month at most on my Discord, and we have a couple thousand people. So the Discord, and most of the accounts that I ban are compromised accounts. So somebody who joined the Discord years ago and their account just got hacked or something. Very rarely do I have somebody joining the Discord and then spamming. So yeah. I should have the Stream Elements bot should be reminding people about the Discord. Oh, DMing. Dungeon Master. If you're doing a D&D campaign, Dungeons and Dragons campaign, the DM is the Dungeon Master. They're the one running the game. So you have the people playing the game, but then you have one person who is the Dungeon Master. They are the one who is laying out the campaign, going, okay, you walk into a town, you see that all the lights are out and everyone's hiding, and as you walk through the main street, people are poking their eyes out the window and they're hiding and scurrying away. It appears the town is avoiding you. What do you do? And you're like, I roll for initiative and I attack the town itself. So, yeah. NASA spacecraft chest set. Prototypes printed in Prusa Mini with 0.25 Revo nozzle and Polymaker Panachroma matte white. So is Apollo the king or the queen? And is the shuttle the king or the queen? Which one would be the king and the queen? What space rocket is the pawn? I roll to seduce the town. Down bar, down. Okay, printed a hanger for my Gundam. The picture was to show how Gundam more than a hanger. Oh, nice. So the Gundam is a kit. It's a... Which kit is this? Is this like the RG? I think it's the real grade. It's not the master. I don't think that's the master grade. RX-78 too. It's a nice little hanger. I have my not hanger hangers right here for mine, but those are really cool. I've seen this design. I've been tempted to print some of those. Sent a photo in live chat. 1 second here. What, this one? That's cool. If you want to show it off on the stream, show it in the look what I printed chat. Apollo would be the rook, command castle would be the knight, space shuttle would be the king. Yeah, Saturn V just has that aura. I'm sorry, the Saturn V just has aura. That's got to be the queen. A 6-foot Nemesis Prime. Damn. Egg. Apollo is knight, Mercury Redstone is the bishop, Shuttle is the rook, and Artemis is the queen. Artemis doesn't deserve to be... Artemis is the fool. I'm sorry, the SLS is a bullshit rocket. And Starship, as much as I like Starship, it needs to actually do something other than explode before I give it credit. Don't get me wrong. On paper, it's an amazing rocket, and once it gets fully operational, it'll dunk on everything. But we've had like 10 launches so far, and all it's done is manage to blow up every time in the Indian Ocean at best. 10 launches. Come on. Get to frickin' orbit. When it gets to orbit, then I'll be impressed. I know it can get to orbit. I know they do it on purpose. I know. But still, it's 10 launches, and we haven't had a successful launch. Meanwhile, New Glenn is already putting payloads in orbit and is already reusable. The Jobs rocket, yep. If you want a good video, okay, hopefully I don't get, here, let me pull something up here. If you are a spacer, we're going on a tangent here. Oh shoot, come on. Tower, media, movies. If you want a fun thing to watch, it's like a documentary. If you love space and you love the Saturn V like I do, okay, you are gonna go download Apollo 11 right now. I think you can find it on a couple different, sources, like a couple different streaming services. But essentially what happened during the Apollo 11 launch and leading up to it, there was a film crew that was filming everything with like cinema quality cameras, and they were gonna do like a documentary, and then they never did. And then the footage like sat in storage for like up until like 2010 something, like recently. And then somebody found the footage, and then they made a documentary about it. So it's an entire documentary. It's basically just like a retelling using live footage, like archival footage of the Apollo 11 launch and everything. But it's in super HD because it's like they filmed it all on cinema cameras and everything. And it's like, if you get a chance to watch this, it is amazing because it's like, it's all like the real footage from that day. So go hunt it down. It's called Apollo 11. I think it's just called Apollo 11. It's like an hour and a half long. It's basically like just live footage of the entire day and the Apollo 11 flight and everything, and a bunch of footage of the landing and shit. And it's all like footage you could go find, but it's put together really nice. It's not AI. This was made before AI. Let me find it here. 2019. It came out in 2019, so it's before AI. But so they made a documentary called Last Steps. But they found a bunch of archival footage like high quality archival footage that had never been used in anything. And they just kind of put it together into like a little documentary thing and released it. So it's really cool. It is one of those, if you are a space nerd, watch it. Because there's not like a lot of movie, it's all archival footage, right? So it's not like, you know, it's all old footage from that day and whatnot. And it's just put together really well. It's just cool watching it all in like modern HD and everything. And it shows you a bunch of stuff that you didn't really think was like, you know, it's just cool to see everything in just long takes and unedited and everything. So, I remember sitting in class. Yeah, I'm way too young for that. I mean, technically, when I was born, the Soviets were still around, so I got that going for me, I guess. So, okay, back to this. Pet G brackets I designed for a specific service to mount PC hardware on my latest water-cooled build. Mounted everything, including the motherboard, dual 360 rads. Nice. So, just a heads up, I do have the LDO Corvus kit, the 3D printed case for a computer. So we are going to be doing that at some point. I just don't know when. Because I'm going to have to basically rebuild my computer into it. And I don't know if I want to go with like water cooling on the CPU and hunt down get an actual AIO water cooler and do that, or just go all fans or everything. I don't know for sure yet. But at some point we will be doing the Corvus 3D printed case build. We might do that on Twitch and I might make a video out of it. We'll see. I like people like to poop on the SLS, but it really isn't imposing. Oh, I'm not, okay. The SLS is an amazing rocket if it came out in 1990. In today's current tech, with all the new advances we've had, especially with reusability in launch capability, the SLS is an amazing 1990 rocket. It's an okay 2000s rocket. It's archaic for the mid 2020s. It's like the Apollo, you know, the Saturn V is horribly outdated too, but it was cool. It had aura. The SLS is an amazing 90s rocket. If the shuttle had been retired in like, hey, we're going to retire the shuttle around the 2000s and we're going to make the SLS, yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been a thing. That would have made sense. But it's like, the SLS is like 20 years too late to the table, in my opinion. Working on the robot arm is a rivet. Is that a printed gear? Are you going with a printed gear in there? Is that going to be a printed gear? Or is that going to be metal? Is that a metal gear? Colonel! Forgot to take pics, a simple thing, micro SD card holder for work. There you go. I have one of these in my travel case. I have like a little sliding one. And some IEMs. Nice. And a block for strops for sharpening knives. Nice. Work in progress rack. Running Jellyfin, Gatia, and Nextcloud with only Office. Still need to enclose it properly. Hey, Jimmy Bob. Jimmy Bob. Jimmy Bob. Nice rack. It's a very nice rack. These mini racks. So, for those that, we're going to tangent here. For those that missed yesterday's channel member live stream, we were playing around with this guy. This is a Ice Whale Zima board 2. It's an Intel N150. 16 gigs of built-in RAM, dual 2.5 gig Ethernet, dual USB, mini display port, dual SATA, so I can hook 2 SATA SSDs to it. But it also has a PCI Express card slot. So, that's a Tesla P4. So we're going to be playing around with this on Twitch over the next little bit. I'm going to be making a video on it. This actually already runs Clipper. We put Clipper on it yesterday because why not? So this is already running Clipper. And I'm going to make a video on putting Clipper on x86 systems. But after that, and I've done my contractually obligated create content that they wanted me to do so I can have the product, we're going to be building a fun little terminal with this, building a little all-in-one computer case with a bunch of cool stuff in it, and throwing a clanker in it because why not, and playing around and using it as a test bed for stuff. Kind of like what we did with Alt last year, but a little bit more realistic because Alt is too power hungry for what I want it to do. So this will be 80 watts, hopefully. Death Racer mod for the wife. Is that head regulation for Death Racers? Is that a regulation head for the Death Racers? Also, what's with these tracks? These are a different style of tracks, I think. Design and print style Mega Robot Master Jason Voorhees. Not a smooth print. Just smooth it off a little bit. You know what it is? I think you're going too fast for it. Is that a silk? Is that a silk filament? Yeah, to slow your speeds down a little bit, you might be okay.
That you might want to use in your next LARP. I give you what some people call the butt plug sword, but it's also the gayest rapier of all time. I feel this is perfect for a bard.
Perfect for a bard. I gotta remember to turn off desktop audio before Mike. IK 3D bunny head, wall mountable atomic bubblegum pink. We got Pez Liz out there hunting in the forest for rabbits so she can mount their heads to the wall. In the giant... Ooh, what filament is this? Atomic bubblegum pink. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's that. What filament is this? What filament is that? Is that a... And some stroop waffles. Celestial rainbow. Okay. Is this a single print? Like that's just where the bands are for like where it transitions colors? Is this one print? That's pretty cool. That's a really nice transition for, it's very pastel-y. Very pastel-y. And then we got the stroop waffle. The stroop waffle. You know what? You need to take this pattern and make chainmail vest out of it. And be the stroop vest. Oh man, when I was in the airport on the way home, because I missed my flight, because they made me run and try to make it from Amsterdam from one side of the airport to the other in 5 minutes to catch my flight, and I didn't. And then I was starving, and I was waiting for help from the service reps who effed everything up. The people the next day fixed everything, but the ones that, you know, from KLM effed everything up. I was basically like starving, waiting in line, and I couldn't get out of line. And there was like a little store next to it, and they had stroop waffles on sale, and I bought a tin of stroop waffles, and I ate the whole tin of stroop waffles while standing in line. I felt so disgusting and fat, and I did not care. They were delicious. But then I was really thirsty, and they didn't have anything to drink, so I kind of effed myself. But thick ass filter boy with a 7530 fan filter head lying around. Oh, nice. That's a nice Trident build with your little vent there. Very nice. We're going to be putting something like this in Toasty. When we rebuild Toasty, we're going to be putting something like this in Toasty. Only 4 of them right along the back. If all goes well, we should be wrapping up the Micron Plus. Hopefully, probably not Saturday, not tomorrow, but maybe next week, early, Tuesday or Friday. And then we're going to be doing the rebuild of Toasty Boy. And the rebuild of Toasty Boy, we're doing monolith gantry. I don't know what tool head yet, but we're going to be rebuilding the tool head, and we're going to be insulating even more. And the whole goal is I want to get at least above 75 Celsius internal chamber temperature with no additional chamber heater other than the bed. I want to get to 75 C internal chamber temperature, stable, without a chamber heater. So we're going to do every trick in the book of insulating and moving the air around, because we already have 400 watts of chamber heating. It's called the bed. So we're going to do everything we can to try and eke out as much heat and make it as efficient of a toasty boy as we can. So, and then thanks to Bondtech, they hooked me up. I got the LGX Smart or LGX Lite Pro Metal Edition. It's a prototype one, so that's going to be going in it too. And maybe we'll put a cartographer in it because I have one now. I don't know how good cartographers handle high temps, but we'll find out. Look at all that poop. And then we got that. There we go. So there we go. So that was this month's. How much time do we got left? Oh, we got 20 minutes left. So we're gonna do some building now. I'll leave that channel open. If you post anything, which version of the Cardo? It's the newest one. V4 N25 2546. It's the V4 standard. Somebody at Smurf gave it to me. Okay, who wants to build a house? Who wants to build a house? Wait. I gotta, wait. We're gonna build a house now. So I've got, this is my contribution to the stream. It's my little guy's birthday this weekend. I know I talked about this at the beginning of the stream, but it's his birthday this weekend. And for his birthday, he's getting a model train track set, or model train set. And part of that is, we need to build some scenery. So I've been printing off stuff for it. These are in ABS, that's in PETG. But literally all I did was go to printables and just type HO scale. And I found a bunch of stuff to print. So I got this guy, and then, which one is it? Miniature Max. This guy has a couple things. I think, no. And this guy. So I got these two little houses. So. Yeah. And we got some gloop to hold it all together. I'm going to be using gloop without gloves. Don't do what I do. Do what I say, not what I do. But yeah, we're going to put this together and build ourselves a little shindig here. How does this even go? So if you go that way, that goes that way. Okay, that goes that way. And then I'm just going to spray paint them with a primer. And then the little guy. Did I print this backwards? Oh wait, no, that goes that way. That goes that way. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to print it with, paint it with a primer, and then let the little guy paint him. I think that goes this way. Yeah. Happy fun times. This should be pretty good. Yeah, that goes there. Okay. Take him to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't think I've ever. I don't even know. We don't have a Chuck E. Cheese. We don't have a Chuck E. Cheese. We used to have a Chuck E. Cheese, and it closed down a couple years ago. And see, 1, 2, 3 blocks. What did I tell you about 1, 2, 3 blocks? Go buy 1, 2, 3 blocks. Seriously, just go buy 1, 2, 3 blocks. You will use them. I think that goes like that. Let me just double check the CAD. Okay, so we got still a thing anywhere. We had one down here in Windsor, and then it closed down a couple years ago. It closed down during COVID. So I'm using gloop. I have 2 different types of gloop here, because this one's ABS, so we're using ABS glue. There we go. I want a video on what uses 1, 2, 3 blocks have. Every use. You would be surprised. 1, 2, 3 blocks are the most usable thing you can get your hands on. They are amazing. Like, see? How do you make something that has a triangle sit flat? You use 1, 2, 3 blocks and you shim it. 1, 2, 3 blocks are amazing. 1, 2, 3 blocks are amazing. Does glute make you go cross-eyed? No, but it's definitely not good for your skin. You do not want to get this stuff on your skin. If I was doing a lot of glooping regularly, I would totally be wearing gloves in a well-ventilating environment. But we're kind of taking the YOLO approach right now. I'm not using a lot of it. So I'm just gonna, you know, roll the proverbial dice. I mean, they're model train houses. Need a small Walmart. Walmart has these mats. The big one that I have in the garage and this little guy, I bought them both at Walmart for like 10 bucks. So Walmart has what you need. Also, I really like using gloop for stuff like this because it dries so damn quickly. And it sticks together so quick. Like, this is already pretty solid. So that's set for a little bit there. I have to hardwire my Surface to get working Ethernet so I can install Wi-Fi firmware. There you go. Have fun. That is 3 Prusa Core 1s on a single rack. How stable is that? How stable is that? Mother Nature has drunk 70F here yesterday, 33 today. That was where I'm at. Yesterday was like jeans and a long sleeve shirt day, and today was like -1. So yeah. Am I going to print him a Thomas the Train cover? He doesn't really watch Thomas. We tried when he was younger, seeing if he would be into Thomas, and he just kind of wasn't. Which is kind of funny when you think about it. But yeah, Thomas was not a thing for him. That's going to be fun. 1 second. I need some paper towels. Don't forget, we are going to be doing the giveaway of a spool of Polymaker filament at the end of stream. So if you haven't entered for that, do that now. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you want to help support the channel, the content I create and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, a Patreon supporter. Or if you're really cool at gifting memberships to others, it allows us to keep doing these fun things like today's stream and whatnot. So consider supporting. You also get access to extra channels in the Discord and also early videos. So you'll be getting this weekend's video today if you're a channel member, or you're lucky and somebody gives you one between now and the end of stream. There we go. That is one train station. I think it's supposed to be a train station. Give it a quick sand, hit it with some primer, and then paint it. Easy peasy. I do need to get my knife. Where's my knife? Okay, this one's gonna be a... It's like, never cut towards yourself, but it works so good. This one is Pet G, because that's what I had loaded in the Prusa. I printed both of these on the Prusas, and this Pet G was a little on the wet side. So, is a little sticky. There we go. And then if you didn't get whatever you wanted to shown off on stream today, you'll have another chance next month, because we do this the last Friday of every month. So if you're working on something right now and you want to show it off, you'll have until next month's stream to get it done. Live action One Piece. Dude, I have tried. I tried watching One Piece when it first came out, which probably wasn't a good idea because that was like the 4Kids version. But I tried watching One Piece when it first came out. That didn't go too well. And then I tried watching it again. How are these supposed to go in? And then I tried watching it again with the better dub. And like, no matter what, I just couldn't get into it. I just could not get into the One Piece. This is gonna be annoying because these don't really fit too well. There we go. So these ones kind of fit together. Oh wait, is this? No, that's the ABS one. I need my Pet G glue. Speaking of Gloop, if you want to get some Gloop, I believe I do have an affiliate link for a Gloop. Gloop is good stuff. If you're doing any big project with 3D printing and you need to attach stuff together and you need it to actually like stick and you don't want it coming apart, get some Gloop. This whole Gundam is held together with Gloop. So... There we go. I wish Gloop was at Smurf so I could pick some up. Yeah, that is the problem. Shipping it to the UK, I know, is a problem. I do know. They are aware of that and everything. It's just kind of, unfortunately, nature of the beast kind of thing. Let that harden up for a second. What was the point of making this house in pieces? I don't know. Ask the guy who designed it and uploaded the file as pieces. This house was four pieces if you count the overhang. This is like 9. It probably could have been one piece, or a good chunk of it could have been one piece. But I mean, like, I guess it makes sense for like details like the front here. Makes it a little bit easier to print them flat. The whole thing was printed flat, except for like the roof. The roof was printed vertically. Yeah, and you could print multiple colors too if you wanted to. You could print like the roof in orange or whatever. I'm printing everything in just generic colors because I'm going to spray paint it all with a primer and let the little guy paint them however he wants. That's kind of the idea. It'll keep him busy. The whole idea with this is give him stuff to keep him busy. So I think I have some sandpaper in here. Should I be using my fancy Gundam sanding sticks? Probably not, but I'm going to anyways. Which one's the most abrasive? 400, 400. Yeah, because a lot of this stuff is older than people having multicolor printers too. Like I was looking on Thingiverse. For stuff like this, I always kind of default to Thingiverse for looking for stuff. Simply for the fact that Thingiverse has been around for so long. You can sometimes find like, if you're looking for like pre-2020 models, this is kind of like, Thingiverse is a good spot to look. Just because it's like been around forever. There we go. Still wild me that My Mini Factory pick up Thingiverse from MakerBot. It makes sense. MakerBot, why would MakerBot own Thingiverse? MakerBot's entire business is like commercial. an industrial now, right? They're not dealing with the at-home consumer market anymore. So why would they really care about a consumer market focused file sharing site? Like, it's like, why would they really care about that market anymore? They're not selling consumer level printers anymore. Why would they care about consumer level file sharing sites, essentially? So My Mini Factory, it makes sense because My Mini Factory is a lot of paid models, if I remember correctly. So it makes sense for them to have like a paid model site and a free model site, which Thingiverse kind of fits the free model site aspect of it. Plus, it's also an inventory, right? Because if you buy the site, you also buy all the models on the site, right? Now, obviously, there's going to be, you know, it's not like they can take it and paywall all those models because they're already under license. But if you're trying to set up a model making site or a model sharing site, one of that hardest initial hurdles is getting that initial inventory, right? That's one of the reasons Thingiverse is still as popular as it is simply for the fact that it's been there forever. So there's tons of models that are already there, right? Like, it's already there. It already has years of models on it. So, you know, it just makes it easier. I think these now, how do these ones go? Goes like that and then like that. Okay. I'm going to trim that. I got like 1 minute left. I have to go pick up a little guy from school. There we go. Okay. I actually have a little bit of time. I've technically got till about 2:30 to pick him up. And I think, haha, there it is. There we go. There we go. There's house number 1. I might make another 1 or 2 of these guys. And then we got the train station. So just to put it in perspective, each one of these took about, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours to print, right? Just default settings, right? Default settings. 6 to 8 hours to print. Okay. Am I building a stealth changer? Yep, it's in progress. So now, to be fair, it's already painted, but it's also $70 Canadian versus 6 hour to print, a couple bucks in plastic, a little bit of paint. Yeah. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway. I'll give you like 1 minute to enter for a chance to win some Polymaker Filament, because unfortunately we can't do Wheel of Names down here because it doesn't work on this computer, or it doesn't do the marble on this computer. So, and then we'll do the giveaway. That's why I like Gloop. It's like once it's done, you're done. It's all attached. You don't have to worry about anything. It's like it's glooped on. It's good. The little guy. Oh yeah, that's the point. The point is the little guy is going to do the painting. Okay, where is my giveaway form? There it is. Okay, so published. No more of those. There we go. Link to sheets. Create. Copy. Copy. Wheel of names. Control A, delete. Control V. Your name in chat, delete, delete. Oop. There we go. Oop, come on. There we go. Okay, so I need a number. I don't know why are there so many empty spaces. What's going on here? Okay, 1 second here. Copy all the names. Why is half this empty? Copy. We shouldn't have 233 entries. Delete. All right, well, we're doing wheel 2. Okay. There we go. Okay, I need a number between H and 0. I need a number between H and 0. Somebody give me a number between H and 0 in chat right now. I need a number between H and 0. 2. That works for me. 1, 2. Round and round she goes. Where it stops, the computer will know. The winner will get a free spool of filament from Polymaker. Who is our big winner today? It is Dembros Gaming. Dembros Gaming. Are you a bunch of bros who do the video game stuff? There you are. Okay, Dembros Gaming. You will get an email from me. Oop, to my computer. Did it freeze? It was Dembros Gaming. Did it freeze? One second here. Hello? Hello? Okay, we're good. We're back. Okay, so Dembros Gaming, you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Golf claps in chat. So, you guys have a fun stream today? Did you guys have a fun stream today? I hope you all had a fun stream today. I had a fun stream today. I forgot to announce it on the Tuesday stream that today would be the monthly member stream. So we had a couple less people than we normally have. But yeah. Let me see here. And then I forgot to also remind everyone that we had the member stream yesterday too. So those that showed up had a good time, but unfortunately I forgot to like remind everyone because I know not everyone is on the Discord. So when I do the notifications and everything on Discord, I know it doesn't go to everyone. So I try to remember to announce stuff on the live streams themselves. But yeah, also, this is something I've been meaning to do for a while and I've been putting it off, but I'm finally gonna do it because I kind of have to. Starting in April, streams will have ads. Simple as that. I'm going to have to enable ads on live streams. It is what it is. Economics are what they are. It is what it is. I think if you're a channel member, you avoid ads. We're gonna be doing a couple test streams to see how it is. I'm hoping, because it says amounts will be adjusted for members. So I'm hoping if you're a channel member, you don't get ads. But it is something I may have to enable just because of the way things are and nature of the business. It is what it is. I've been managed to avoid it for years, but the reality is finally kind of catching up. So I may have to enable ads. We'll see on live streams. YouTube Premium users won't get them too. That is true. So yeah, that'll be probably starting next Tuesday. So it is what it is. We'll try it onto the Tuesday stream. We'll see how it goes. If it's too annoying, I'll disable them. If it's like every 20 minutes, there's like a 5-second ad you can skip. I'm okay with that. But it is what it is. If you're a member, if you are a $2 a month YouTube member, you being a $2 a month YouTube member makes me more money than you watching all my videos with ads on. Simple as that. So yeah, that's why I have that $2 tier there, because I'd rather have 1,000 people have the $2 a month tier than a couple people watch ads, than 10,000 people watch ads, if that makes sense. But unfortunately, with the way things are going with metrics and whatnot, that additional revenue source might have to be enabled. So it is what it is. So we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go spray paint these. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. I hope you had fun. Again, we do this every last Friday of the month, so stay tuned for the next Friday, or the next last Friday of the month, if you want something to show off. We will continue on tomorrow night, I mean, with the Micron Plus build series. So hopefully, if all goes well, we might be putting Clipper on it tomorrow. We'll see. Hope you enjoyed the stream today. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for them and more in the video description below. Some of them, like Gloop. I think I have a code Canuck for Gloop to save a little bit of money. GamerSup save some money. The rest, Filament is going up in price probably. You might want to stock up. I'm not saying buy some Polymaker. Use my affiliate link below. You can also buy Filament with my affiliate link below. But I'm just, as a general heads up, because of shit going on in the Middle East, do not be surprised if you see Filament go up in price over the next year. So you might want to stock up when you get a chance. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create. Without your continued support, you make it all possible. I gotta go pick up my little guy from school now. You have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands.